Greg Tepper, Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here in San Antonio, the THSCA Coaching School and Convention with the new, and I mean new head coach of the North Forney Falcons. It's Coach Eric Lester. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations.
Well,
on the
man,
gig.
appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
You're taking over there, being promoted to head coach after the retirement of Randy Jackson, who, of course, we're all very fond of. And this happened, I mean, I think today is July 18th or something like that, and this happened on July 6th or something?
It happened like last Thursday.
If you're saying last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
The announcement was made last week. It was a quick turnaround. You know, he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He kept going back and forth. But, man, the great testament to Coach Jackson is, man, that he gets all his coaches underneath him ready for a role. He even told the kids the same thing. It doesn't matter. You know, I might be in a car wreck one day. You know, this program is going to keep going because what we got in place because of the kids. So it's an easy, smooth transition. You know, me going from an assistant head coach to the head coach. Coach Jackson did a great job of getting the program going.
Yeah. What was your reaction to? I'm sure there was a meeting. I'm sure there was a call. And what was your reaction to getting the big chair?
Well, the big thing was, you know, he came up with this idea. I'm gonna be flat out honest.
Yeah.
You know, it was like June 24th. He was like, hey, you know, man, he started this whole deal of coaching coaches, the mastermind, which is awesome. Man, if you're not a part of that, man, looking at Elite Coaches Mastermind, he started that, and he was like, hey, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. Are you ready? I was like, sure. And so it was one of those deals that went from June 24th to last Thursday. And the most humbling thing about taking over was what the admin thought of me. You know, it was really humbling to hear how they say, we have all the faith in you. We know this is going to take off. You're going to take it to even higher heights. And I know, and coming in and taking over after a legend, that's Coach Jackson's a legend. The guy writes books, you know. So, you know, I'll read them, but I would never write a book. I'm just a guy who loves coaching football, and to come in after that and to have the program where it's at is an honor.
Well, and you're in an interesting situation where, you know, you're taking over a program that, I mean, it's not broken. You know, there's nothing's broken here, but at the same time, every coach wants to put their stamp
Yes, sir.
on the program. So how do you, and I'm asking you, you've had all 10 days to think about it, how do you go about putting your stamp on a program like this where you've already been a part of the program and things like that? How do you go about making it Eric Luster's program?
Some of the things are going to be easy to do. You know, Coach Jackson always, like, we have two helmets. You know, we're going to change one of the helmets to white and get away from the black and blue, something small like that. Yeah. You know, we have core values, but the core values have got to be mine. You know, so I'm more of a servant leader, and that's how I got the job, is being a servant. You know, so we're going to pour into our kids, but now we're going to ask our kids to pour back into our community. I'm huge into being on the community. You know, so we're going to do a lot of things like that. Man, I'm a passionate, fire kind of guy. That's going to come out in everything that we do. You know, as far as how the pregame, the stuff that we do, that's going to be more of the changes that we're going to make. You know, we're going to have Coach Jackson was such a strong leader for his building character. My role was just make sure, man, that the kids had fun, and we're going to continue to do that. So it's not going to be a huge change. The trainer's on the track. Coach Jackson got it rolling. All I got to do is make sure that, you know, I got a great coaching staff. He hired a great coaching staff. So the guys that are there, one of the good things about coming in this late is the coaches they didn't have a chance to jump ship. They couldn't even leave. So I got him in contract for another year. So, man, my DC's an awesome guy. Man, Coach Lutlow is my OC, smart guy. All those guys are going to be in place. We're not going to change the offense. We're not changing defense. Because like you said, you know, most head coaches, you take over programs that have been struggling for years. You know, I'm taking over a program that's on the rise. Man, and what a all glory to God. What a great blessing that is to come in and take this over. So you're not going to have a huge change, just some subtle changes here and there that fits my coaching style.
So, taking a look at your 2021 or 2021 team, do you have a feeling quite yet? And then, you know, maybe you don't, but do you have a feeling quite yet on what this Falcons team is going to hang its hat on? What this Falcons team in 2021 is going to be about?
Honestly, this is what I want it to be about. You know, is our defense. You know, everybody talks about our offense. You know, when we're fast paced. We fly around and get up and down the field. We're throwing the ball all over the field. But honestly, I really wanted to be about our defense because, you know, you know, once again, going back to Coach Jackson, tough people win games. You know, man, and I learned a lesson. From Denison. Man, Denison didn't have the biggest guys on the field, but man, they play hard, they play fast, and that's kind of, man, that's our model. We're gonna fly around and play hard and play fast, and let everything else take care of itself. But at the same time, you know, how can I say this? We got a quarterback that a moving quarterback that can sling it. You know, man, our receivers are good. You know, we got some young guys that are going to be this. We have a junior class that's going to be really good. They just got to come out there, man, and be varsity ready. And you know, once again, going back to my coaching staff, that's going to happen. So what I want to hang my hand on defense, but honestly, man, our offense is going to make some things happen.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Give me a name that maybe people aren't familiar with right now from this Falcons team that we're going to be talking about at the end of the season. Who's the guy that you one or two guys that you think could be that breakout star for this Falcons team?
Man, okay, there are some guys, man. One of them is going to be our center, William Bresley, big kid, about 6', I'm going to say 6'6", man, about 320. He's going to be a star. He's going to be a guy to watch. And we got a guy we took off the basketball court. He was our point guard last year for our basketball team. Deshaun Brundage is going to turn some heads. Been going to camps. It's awesome, man. He's a basketball kid, but he's going to football camps. So you got to love it. He's going to be a star. You know, he's coming in, taking over, man, after a great back in Ty Collins. But he's going to be a star. We got another kid named we call him Biscuit. So I'm trying to think of his real name. I give everybody nicknames, and I forget the real names.
We call him Biscuit.
Biscuit, because we tell him he's one biscuit away from being a lineman. He's a big kid. He's a big kid. But Markel Banks is his name.
Okay.
And so he's going to be another a running back. We had a kid that played corner for us last year, coming over as slot receiver. Talented kid. Tylen Crochet is going to be a good one. Of course, a name to look for. And we got a quarterback battle. But Mike Phillips, we hired his dad as a coach, but his son is a really good quarterback. And we got a defensive lineman. You know, I keep talking about offense the whole time, but we got a defensive lineman named Nick Acuna. Nick, man, got some valuable plays. A sophomore, he'll be a junior this year. Got some valuable time on varsity last year, but he's coming in, man, and all eyes are on him because once again he was trying to replace Roderick Brown that went to UNT that could just ball. So we're blessed in the fact that, man, all these kids got to see last year's group, how they went about doing things, and all these guys now are going to try to, you know, next man up.
You know, Coach likes his guys whenever you ask him, name one or two breakout guys, and he's like, well, here's like 8.
Yeah.
Here's like 9.
I couldn't name just one.
I love it. Hey, listen, you love your roster. That's a lot to like there.
There's a lot more, but those are my guys, though, right there.
Okay. Finally, the most important question is, you know, you're making the move to the big chair. And I got to ask about what Mrs. Luster thinks about that, because I'm sure she has to keep your ego in check. She got to make sure your head doesn't get too big. Is she concerned about what the big chair is going to do to your ego?
No. And here's the greatest thing about Mrs. Luster. Mrs. Luster can care less about what chair I sit in, because when I come home, I'm just Mr. Luster when I come home. Here's the fun fact is that Mrs. Luster planned a Florida vacation last week. I just got in last night. I drove 17 hours straight to get back. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, because Mrs. Luster wanted to go to Florida. We weren't changing that because my motto is family over everything. Yeah. And I got a little girl, and she wanted to go to Disney, so we went to Disney, had a great time. But I had to drive all the way back because Mrs. Luster don't understand that Coach Luster has a new title on the job, and she let me do my thing. You know, I could be on the phone as long as I was driving. But if we were on the beach, phone had to go in the bag. At Disney World, I could only put my phone out to take pictures of my daughter and my son. Other than that, I was all hers. But she's a great coach's wife, man. I couldn't ask for anyone better. She supported me. Like I said, we moved all over the state of Texas. Yeah. And here's the greatest thing about, you know, being where I'm at now at North Forney. We love it. We got a great community. Man, we got a great church that we go to. You know, my wife said the only thing that's going to change is our address. Yeah. So nothing else is going to change. She wants a bigger house. So I messed up, and I showed her my salary. So I messed up. I shouldn't have told her that.
Listen, we all got bosses. I got a boss.
Yeah.
You got a boss.
Yeah.
We all got bosses. He is Eric Lester. He's the new head coach of the North Forney Falcons. Coach, really appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the new gig, and best of luck.
Man, appreciate it, man. You guys do a great job. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at THSFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.